She didn't pour the wine, she attacked with it. Right in the center of a billionaire-packed gala, the millionaire's wife marched up, raised her glass like a grenade, and exploded it across the black man she assumed was beneath her. A server, a stray, a nobody she could publicly break. The crowd froze. Phones snapped. She lifted the glass again, hungry for a second strike. But the man she drenched didn't step back. He smiled. The chilling, controlled smile of someone holding the power to erase her entire world. The ballroom glittered with chandeliers, laughter, and the casual arrogance of old wealth. But none of that fazed Aiden Cross as he quietly entered the gala. He wasn't here for attention. He wasn't here for applause. He was here for one thing only: to observe the Hale family without revealing who he was. Earlier that morning, Aiden had signed a $2.4 billion partnership deal with Grant Hale, a man celebrated as a business genius. But Aiden wanted to see what the Hales were really like when the cameras weren't rolling. He didn't have to wait long. Veronica Hale spotted him from across the ballroom. Her eyes narrowed immediately. She didn't see a CEO. She didn't see a billionaire investor. She saw someone she believed didn't belong. She cut through the crowd like a blade. "Excuse me," she snapped, stopping inches from Aiden. "What are you doing in the VIP area?" Aiden glanced around. "Just enjoying the event." Veronica scoffed. "Enjoying? This section is for donors, not staff. Which catering company sent you?" Aiden remained calm. "I don't work here." "Oh?" Veronica laughed, loud enough for heads to turn. "Then how did you get past security? Did someone leave the service door open again?" A few nearby guests chuckled. Aiden spoke softly. "I'm invited." Veronica stepped closer, her voice dropping into a venomous whisper. "Not to my event. People like you don't attend galas like this. You serve at them." The room shifted. Guests tried to pretend they weren't listening, but their eyes locked onto the confrontation. Aiden didn't move. Veronica reached for a passing server's tray, grabbed a full glass of red wine, and raised it as her lips stretched into a cruel smile. "You want attention?" she hissed. "Here it is." She poured the wine straight onto his chest, letting it splash down deliberately, dramatically, viciously. Gasps tore through the ballroom. Some people flinched. Some lifted their phones. Some simply watched, entertained. Aiden stood still, unshaken. Veronica wasn't done. She grabbed a second glass. "You should be grateful I'm not calling security. Or should I?" Her eyes glowed with triumph. "Maybe they can walk you back to whatever door you crawled in from." Aiden finally spoke. "Is this how you treat guests?" "You're not a guest," she snapped. "You're a mistake." Another gasp. A waiter tried to intervene. "Mrs. Hale, maybe—" "Quiet," Veronica barked. "This is my event, my rules." Aiden looked around. Hundreds of eyes, hundreds of witnesses, hundreds of people silently agreeing or silently pretending. He took a breath. Then he smiled, slow, controlled, unnervingly calm. Veronica frowned. "Why are you smiling?" Aiden stepped forward just enough for his voice to carry. "Because I didn't come here alone," he said. "And you're about to learn why that matters." Confusion spread through the room. At that moment, the ballroom doors opened, and Grant Hale hurried inside, flushed and frantic. Several board members followed behind him, whispering urgently. "Veronica," Grant hissed. "What did you do?" "What I always do," she said proudly. "Handled a situation. This man was disrupting the event." Aiden couldn't help it. He chuckled. Grant froze, his face drained of all color. "Oh, no. No, no, no." Veronica rolled her eyes. "Why are you panicking? It's just—" Grant grabbed her arm. "Do you know who that is?" She scoffed. "A worker pretending to be somebody." Grant looked like he might collapse. "Veronica, that's Aiden Cross. She blinked. Who? The man we signed the $2.4 billion deal with this morning. Veronica's breath caught. The wine glass slipped from her fingers and shattered on the marble floor. The entire ballroom fell silent. Aiden's smile never wavered. Mrs. Hale, he said softly, you asked what I'm doing in the VIP area. She stared, speechless. I'm standing in the room of a company I nearly became partners with. He turned to Grant. Nearly. Grant stumbled forward. Aiden, Mr. Cross, please, let us explain. There's nothing to explain, Aiden said, but there is something to correct. He pulled out his phone. One tap, one command. The giant screen behind the stage lit up with a message. Cross Global terminates all partnership agreements with Hale Enterprises, effective immediately. Screams, gasps, shouts. Phones buzzed as news alerts blasted across the ballroom. Grant collapsed into a chair, hands shaking. Please don't do this. Our entire company... Aiden spoke calmly. Your company's future should never depend on someone who humiliates people because she assumes no one will ever hold her accountable. Veronica's voice cracked. I didn't know. You didn't want to. Board members panicked. Investors sprinted out. Servers stood frozen, unsure whether to keep working. Aiden stepped closer to Veronica. You poured wine on the wrong man, he said. Today, you poured away your entire empire. And then he walked out of the ballroom, leaving destruction in his wake. The kind that would echo across headlines, stock markets, and boardrooms for years. Justice wasn't loud. Justice wasn't violent. Justice simply smiled back. Shocked by that ending? Like, share and comment your reaction. Which moment hit you the hardest? Subscribe and turn on notifications for more stories where dignity rises and arrogance collapses. Your comments help these stories reach even more people.